What is up, guys? So starting today's video, I'm just sitting here laying in the hatch because I just got the headliner off. It was pretty simple. Just got to remove or like move this plastic piece down. Same thing with this one, the mirror. Then we got to remove a little tab that's back there. I don't know what the hell it is. It's like a little hanger thing. Then the whole thing just came out pretty simple. Actually the interior of this car matches like how the back end of my car is like supposed to be gunmetal gray. Kind of looks like primer, but it's supposed to be gunmetal. But from the looks of it, it looked like the interior of the car used to be blue. It's matching pretty good, as you can tell. You can see a little bit of blue coming through. But the whole reason why I took the headliner off is to do this interior lighting setup that Right Hand Drive Kev did. I thought it was really dope. It really shows the inside of the car. And he also got some floor lights. It's once you order one pack, it comes with 2 packs. So I'm about to order the pack. It's like 20 bucks. We're gonna do lights up here, then we're gonna do lights probably in the rear somewhere. Then I'm gonna do the floor lighting, which is gonna be right underneath here, so I can see the fuse box and whatever I need to see on the ECU side. Then we're gonna come back here and probably attach it towards where the trunk is at the bottom. Then that should be able to show like all my interior parts and really show it off, like, you know, this bar right here, then the cross bar right there in the rear. I think it's gonna be really sick once I do order it and install it. This car never had a working dome light. I'm not too sure why. I don't know if I just needed the bulb or what, but the plastic piece was gone already. The headliner is kind of thrashed already as well. It's really old. The heat really fucked it up over this summer, so I just took it out. I may redo it, and I don't know, maybe put it back on. But so far, I'm really liking like this gutted type look. I mean, the whole rear end of this car is already gutted, so I'm also just keep going, right?
Yeah, I have them hooked up here. So I have one switch will turn on all the interior lights. Don't mind this. I got my car painted with my headliner on, so I added LED lights there. I could probably dim it so you guys can see better. I put a screw. It does have double-sided tape to hold it up. I put a screw there. There is some distance between the roof, so don't think I just screwed into the roof. I did not. Ran everything inside through there, real nice. Then I have some floor lights on a separate switch because this kit does come with like 2 sets. So I have some for the floor.
But we're just keeping some of the plastic parts in just to keep it somewhat OEM, like this side piece right here. Definitely will help protecting your head, getting inside the car and stuff like that. But we're definitely going to be doing the interior lighting here shortly, and that's a little update on the hatch. We also took the battery out, so we could keep that on the trickle charger so it doesn't go bad next year. But so far, everything is looking really good in here. It is a mess in here. I really got to, you know, start cleaning things and putting things back together. I'm definitely going to put this back up right here. Then put the plastic thing over it. Then we'll see what we're going to do. Once that light comes in. I'm definitely gonna be ordering the light today. Should be coming in sometime this week. Then we could start doing a video on installing the light setup in here and to really show the interior of this car. I mean, we got the bucket seats, you know, the whole rear end's gutted. Really like to show it off at night, or even just driving at night. I could do, you know, the floor lights or even the rear lights, so you can see the cage or not the cage, but at least the X bar and stuff while we're just driving around town and stuff like that. But super excited to do that. I thought it was a really dope idea to do. Not that many people does it, and I'm excited to get that started whenever it comes in. But so far the hatch is pretty good. I mean, we're slowly working on it. We got the AEM wideband right here wired up to the ECU. The reading is kind of weird. I did not know that it reads off of like voltage, so when Mikey starts street tuning this again, will probably be sometime next year once it gets a little bit warmer. We're gonna get the mid-range more dialed in. Let's hopefully probably get some more gains out of the mid-range. If not, it's okay, but definitely gonna be doing that and get the tune dialed in. Then we're definitely gonna switch out the tire size. I love the 255s, 50s. I kind of wish it was 45s instead. 50 is a little bit too wide. It's already digging into the bumper, and already been looking into another bumper that I want to get and get it paint mesh and throw it on here. The next bumper I'm definitely going to be getting is the J Blood bumper. I don't care if it's a replica J Blood bumper. It really depends on what kind of bumper I want or what kind of bumper I order it from. But if it's a replica, that's fine. Pugo could do his magic, make it mold a lot better and probably fit a lot better onto my car. And plus, I don't want to get the real one because more than likely I'm probably gonna thrash it. So if I could just get a replica, it'd be really cheap, and I really won't care what happens to it because, like I said, more than likely it's gonna get thrashed. So yeah. So right now we're gonna install this mirror, and that'll probably be pretty much it. I'm gonna show you guys the carport that I have built, and show you guys what I did, and see if it will last through this winter. I'll keep you guys updated on that as well. So let's get this started. This video, I know it's pretty late, as you can tell the sunset is, you know, going down already, but I pretty much been working on the hatch all day today. Just been cleaning it out, doing some stuff, moving some stuff around, putting some bolts back together. That's why I got extra bolts right here. But the main thing that we were doing today was wiring the AM wideband. So if you guys didn't know, you connect this wideband to your ECU, which I'm doing today. So I just picked up this little harness thing right here from Brian. Shout out to Brian because he had an extra one. We're pretty much gonna plug this into my K tuner, have one wire pretty much come out, which is gonna be the white wire, I believe. Then this is gonna be tapped into this wire right here, which is like an extended wire to the white wire on the AM wideband. Then I also grounded the brown wire into another ground that the wideband is connected to, so that's a good ground. So I just, you know, tap those two together and that's ground, and that's pretty much it. I believe. Then I just need to connect these two wires, hook these two up together, then it should be good to go. Right now I did not expect these wires to be this long, so when I made the extension for this wire, I made it kind of like extra length, but extra wire is better. Cut once instead of cutting multiple times, or measure it once, or I don't know what the saying goes. But I just got a little bit extra play wire right here, and then I could always trim it down depending on how long I want this to be out. And then we're gonna wire that together. I should have used a white wire for this, but all I had was a bunch of red wire laying around, so that's what I'm gonna use. My fan switch over there on the side is also all red as well for the ground and stuff. So kind of hard to tell between the two of the wires, but I'm the one that put it together and I know how they look and what they go to. So I think that's what matters. Then yeah, that's pretty much it. So right now we're gonna get started on getting this hooked up to the ECU, and then wire this in. Then I'm gonna bring out the laptop, then turn on the analog. Then we should start seeing the wideband AFRs, and then we'll be able to pretty much finish up the tune, which would be like the cruising and stuff. All the full throttle stuff is pretty much done, and we just need to tune the cruising and be able to get that dialed in, so we're not, you know, pucking around, and actually have some smooth RPMs throughout driving, so the driving experience will be a lot better as well. Same with the highway. So gonna be doing that, and it's getting pretty dark out, so I'm gonna be using my phone as a light. So I'm gonna pick the camera back up once I'm done using the light, or needing the light. Oh, there we go, that's much better. So I'm recording with flash right now. So if you guys didn't know, I am on K-Tuner. This is what K-Tuner looks like. So with K-Tuner, they use the 0506 ECU. Honda uses the 02 to 04 ECU. There are some ups and downs with this ECU. I'm not exactly sure how this would work because I only have 4 pins. So unless I just plug it into like this, maybe. Like that, right? And then we just have the rest of these wires just tucked into here for now. I'm gonna just have it like tucked in like this. And then grab the white wire, which is the wire we're gonna need. Then we're gonna loom it out like this. I'll make sure this goes under the black. Like that. There we go. Then we're gonna loom it out like this. Alright. And I'm gonna grab my ECU wire, which it's a micro USB instead of using that printer cable that almost every single ECU uses. We'll plug this in, then we'll have the wire running out as well. So it'll be like this. This plugs into here. Let me see if we can get this in there with one hand. So that's plugged in. This is plugged in. This should be correct. I got the white wire in this one, blue wire in this one, green and brown. So this is gonna be like this, that, and this is gonna be like that. We'll just hide these wires into the ECU. Let's see if I can get them in there more. There we go. Trying to get a good camera angle of y'all seeing what I'm doing right now. I'm just tucking these wires in so that when I close the ECU case, it should be fine. ECU case right here. And then we'll do this. Oh, I got one of the wires sticking out. There we go. Then let me check this. So like this. So that closes. And we'll put our screws back together. I also need to find one more screw of this style to put into here, which I'm not too sure if I have any extras. I don't think I do, but I have a bag full of bolts and stuff that I could go through and look through there. So we'll wire this up. Then my car should be ready to data log and start going for and start finishing up on the tune. So hopefully this is what Mikey told me that what I needed. So I'm gonna do this. Tighten that up. Okay, that's good. There's this, my ECU cable, which is gonna be loomed around my carpet and stuff. And then this wire right here is what I need. So I'm gonna get ready to splice this open and then see where I want to put the ECU and have this wire connecting to it and have enough wire for it and enough slack so I could hide it behind the rest of this carpet and stuff. So I'm gonna go to my trunk, grab some wire cutters, get this all split up and ready to go. Same thing with this one, wire it in, then bring on my laptop, then we'll go from there. So I'm gonna pick up the camera once I get all this stuff done and then go from there. All right, so got everything wired in, as you can tell, super clean. Look, it's all hidden behind this, the carpet. And then I have my wire right here coming out to my computers right here. I could also tuck this in even more into like the side right here, but hopefully my laptop's not dead. And it's dead. All right guys, to give you guys an update of what I've been building. So this is a carport that I picked up off Facebook Market. It was 50 bucks. These buckets were about 30 bucks for all 6, and then concrete was another 30 bucks for all 6. So I'm like 110 bucks in. These tarps were about 20 bucks a piece, so about another 60, so 140 bucks in. So this is how the setup is. I know you can spend around 250 bucks to get a whole enclosed one, but I wanted to go a little bit cheaper and build something similar. But this one is way bigger. As you can tell, I got stuff in the rear of the car too. This is like our bench, our grills back there, and some other stuff. So if I ever need to move this back more, I could bring out the grill and start grilling right here under this, since this is so tall. So I've been building this like right before it started snowing. As you can tell, it's snowing, and so far it's doing a pretty good job. One of the things I did notice is that I do need to start cleaning this tarp off because it will start caving in. And then I'm not too sure on how strong this metal pieces are, these bars, on how they are and how they can upkeep. So I've just been, you know, coming out here like every morning or so, or every time I get off work, I'm just clearing everything off of this and making sure it's cleared and that there's no snow on top that could, you know, like this. I don't know if you guys can see it, but like this, the snow. I'm just trying to knock off since it's, you know, it's not hardened yet. This is pretty soft. And then tomorrow morning I'm gonna check it again and make sure that there's no more snow up here and that this tarp can last for a really long time. But the whole concept of this is to have like a portable garage type deal, because I do want to move this in the near future when we do build a garage in our backyard. But pretty much this is a car canopy. It's a 10 by 60. What else has been done? Buckets, all these are filled with a bag full of concrete. As you can tell, it's still some spots are still getting wet in the concrete because I'm guessing that we didn't mix it really well. So with the water of the snow and stuff, it's gonna just, you know, get it wet, then re-harden. Then over time, I guess it should be really solid with the water of the snow melting and stuff like that. But every single bucket has concrete, at least a full bag. Then that should be around 30 pounds, 50 pounds worth of concrete in these bags, or in these buckets. So roughly 30 times 6, that's about what, 300 pounds roughly. So, or I don't know, do math. 18, 6 times 3 is 18. If they're 30 pounds a bag, so like 180 pounds that's holding these poles down roughly. I don't know, you guys can do the math real quick. But yeah, so the car canopy is a 10 by 60. Then this tarp that's on top came with the canopy. And the tarps on the side is what I picked up from Harbor Freight. These are the heavy duty ones. So the way I route these tarps this way is because right here, as you can tell, this is my house. So if wind does come through here, it would either come through this way up front, hitting the tarp, or coming from this back side right here. This is mostly where the air is coming from. There's gonna be a little bit of air coming in this way from the side, but with this tarp here, it should not be moving this canopy around a lot, because these are heavy duty canopy. These weigh like they weigh pretty heavy compared to this one big ass one. But like these sections right here, because this is 1, 2, and 3, they weigh pretty much, like they have a good amount of weight in them, and they're heavy duty, so they'll last for a really long time. And I just have these covers right here on the side, just held up by zip ties, and the zip ties I have are weatherproof as well, so they shouldn't, like, you know, dry out and crack or fucking break anytime soon. So yep, this right here, I do want to add another one right here, but I don't really need to, because, you know, the house is right here and it should protect the air coming in from this back side and not have this tent move around as much. But so far with our first snowfall here, with the tent up, it's doing pretty well. Like I said, just gotta come in here, you know, get my pole right there I've been using, just get all the snow off of the roof of this, just so that all the weight doesn't just keep stacking, then, you know, start bending these poles eventually with how much weight is on top. But I'm gonna just keep doing that throughout this whole winter season and see how that goes. But so far everything's looking so good. As you can tell, the hatch is, you know, pretty much dry. This is just me just knocking some of the snow off of it. And then right here we have the headliner. All right, I am removing this because I'm gonna be doing a lighting setup inside the hatch, and it's pretty much like a trunk bed lighting with switches. And it's gonna be, I'm gonna have 2 switches. One's gonna be able to light up the whole top half of the car, and the other lighting is going to be, you know, underneath the feet and to the rear as well. So when I'm driving around and I have that second light on where it just shows the feet and the back end, you should be able to see the cage, and we should see pretty well inside the vehicle while cruising around and stuff at night. This is gonna look really sick. But yeah, so far everything's looking good. When we were moving this canopy the other day before we actually set it up, We some of these poles are like halfway on, but I just knocked them back all the way in, so those should be solid. Eventually what I want to do is get a welder and, you know, just clean up some of these welds, because as you can tell, they only did like the outside of it. I want to get this one solid in for sure, so that this doesn't bend over time. And just start tack welding like these bars on the side, so because these sides right here all has 3 poles, so I'm gonna just tack weld all those, and then do the same with the roof, and then probably run another bar across like this all the way around, so that this top part of this is going to be more stronger structurally. Then eventually probably add more bars, and this whole top half is going to be solid, and even with stuff on top of it, it's not going to be caving down anytime soon. But as you can tell, it's only being held up by 3 like sections up top, so that's why I have to keep coming in here and cleaning off the top part of the car canopy. But yeah, so far everything's looking good. I'm not too sure if I'm gonna get the welder this year or next year. I'll probably plan on doing it next year once it starts getting warmer again, because then once we do build a garage and I get all these tack welded, I want to make sure that I could, you know, lift these up, because I'm not gonna tack weld these, so we should be able to lift this up and have this whole top section as one piece and be able to move it around and put it in front of the garage or wherever we need to in the like backyard and stuff. Because this whole backyard is going to be this whole section right here is probably going to be covered up with concrete going to our oversized 2-car right here, and then we're just going to have this area as well to play with. Then eventually we're going to build a porch right here to make it a little bit more bigger. But as of right now, this is how the setup is looking like for our car canopy idea. So if you guys are planning on doing a car canopy outside, or like a portable garage or something similar, I do recommend on watching this video and just following what I did, which is pretty much just get 6 buckets, get a car canopy, fill these up with concrete so that these could stay in and not move around, especially if it's like a really bad rainstorm or really windy. These concrete buckets is going to help a lot with these holding down and not flying away. Then we also grounded the straps right here onto the porch. We have this one onto the ground of the earth, same with the other sides over there. So this thing is gonna be really solid and strapped down if it does become like super windy for some reason. But yeah, everything's looking good underneath here. These tarps right here covers up the wind really well. I'm probably gonna get a smaller tarp right here to add up to cover this top section as well. And then this area should be pretty much enclosed, and then we could do whatever we want in here in the winter. Like I said, I do want to grill out one of these winter times. I think it's a Iowan thing where we just grill whenever season. Doesn't matter if it's cold, hot, or fucking freezing, we still be out here grilling. So yeah, this is the car canopy. Just want to give you guys an update what's been going on and what's going on with the hatch. Onto the hatch. This thing is pretty much almost done tuning. All the full throttle stuff is done. We just got to do the mid-range stuff and the low-end stuff, and then be pretty much ready to go. I do have these tires right here up for sale. I'm planning on downsizing. If I were to do 255s, I want to do 45s. Or if I do 50 series, I want to do like a 225. I think the tires, you know, good size for a 50 series. Is just that the tires is a little bit too wide. It feels like, as you can tell, it lips up pretty good. So I think when you step down the size, maybe a 245, 45, or even a 225, 50. Those are like the 2 sizes that I really want to go to, because I know a 225, 50 will fit perfectly back here. Then if I do a 225, 50 up here, I might have to run a little spacer to fill the gap, or it might just look okay that way as well. And then this front bumper, we're going to be changing it up as well. This whole front end was redone by Puga, but as you can tell, there's a little bit like cracks and nicks in here over time because of the stress of the bumper being stretched out, and you know, the paint, you know, being secured on one area. Then over time it stretches the bumper out and it's going to start cracking. So gotta get the bumper redone. I plan on getting a different bumper. I'm not sure which bumper I want to do yet. Then instead of doing these, you know, fast buttons right there where you just mount it on the side and stuff like that, since I went 17s before and now I'm downsizing, we're just gonna do a regular bumper. We're not gonna stretch it out, so there's gonna be a little bit of a gap right here, but I'm okay with that. Then we're just gonna, you know, run a screw into the fender, or like a bolt and nut style. And then there's gonna be a little gap right here. And then I think it'll look pretty good regardless. But yeah, we're gonna change up the front bumper. Maybe a C West, maybe a J Blood. Not too sure, but something on my mind that I want to do. But yeah, here's the hatch. Here's our car canopy setup that we're doing. And yeah, so I'm gonna end this video here. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys are wanting to do a car canopy, watch this video or leave a comment in this comment below, and maybe I could go more in depth on what I did to the car canopy. But I'm pretty sure I covered pretty much everything in this video. And you know, the hatch is staying dry, staying off of the snow, and doing pretty good so far. So, and we have this on top, and it's been pretty windy for like the past couple days and hasn't flown off. So the car canopy is doing its job, and so far it's holding up really well. And for everybody talking shit about my car canopy, I know it looks pretty ghetto, but it works, and it's solid. It's doing what it's supposed to be doing. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out. Peace.